Hi there. We're continuing our progress through the Psalms, and today we're in Psalm 21. In Hebrew, Tehillim Kaf Aleph. That's 20, Kaf, and Aleph is 1. And Psalm 21 is superscribed like many others, Lamnatseach Mizmor David. It means it's to the chief musician, and it's a song, a musical composition in the Davidic style. But this is a song that very much is a celebration of the king. It seems as though it's David or a king after him celebrating the fact that God has returned him to power, that God has given him the victory, God has shown his strength. What's really interesting here is that the king is not rejoicing in his own strength. He's not saying, my hand has done this, I have won the victory. It's very much the king is rejoicing in your strength, Lord, and he ascribes to him the victory. He ascribes to him. He's joyful because it's God who has released this victory to him, who has not held back his heart's desire, who has given him what he needs. He says it's God who's placed on his head the crown of fine gold. It's God who's given him honor and majesty. So often men draw to themselves the glory and the honor, and they promote themselves and say, this is what I have done. But here it's very clear that David, or the king here, is not doing that. He's actually saying, God, you preserved my life, you kept me safe, you've given me blessings, you've given me life unlimited. This Orech Yamim, it talks about length of days, and life leolam, forever, but more without limit, life as far as I can see ahead. It feels like life is open up before him, and he's really encouraged. It says in verse 7, he sums it up by saying the king trusts in the Lord. He's put his trust. Amelech voteach Adonai. The Lord trusts, has put confidence in the Lord, and he relies on his chesed, on his covenant obligation. This is something that God has promised to do. And then there's a section here which is rather unusual for us, or seems strange to us, of rejoicing over the enemies, of saying that those who are set against God will suffer great loss. They will suffer death. They will actually go straight down into Sheol. They will go down into loss, because the Lord will consume them in his anger. He will devour them. This is a king really exulting in the fact that he has felt overcome, he felt overwhelmed, but God has delivered him. And he says, although they plot, they will never actually defeat you, God, for your power is greater. And then in the last verse, the singer, the king says, rise up, Lord, Kuma Adonai, rise up, Lord, with all your power, because we're going to celebrate your name with music and your mighty acts with singing. There's something wonderful about the fact that we can celebrate God, that God is to be celebrated. And this psalm is very much a psalm of royal celebration. So often when we celebrate God, we're afraid to really let go and really let rip. But here, this psalm is all about letting go and declaring the strength and the power of God. Let us do the same in our lives day to day. Be unafraid to celebrate this amazing God who we follow. Have a good day.